Hello, hello. Hey. All right. You guys are going to have to bear with me. I was having some technical issues with the mobile app version of this live class. So I'm actually doing it from my laptop now. So just give me a sec. I got to get the audio right. It's a little effed up. 1 second. All right, all right, all right. Hey, can you guys hear me? Speaking to the mic. Is the mic working? Test, test. Let me know if the mic's working. Yes. Okay, sweet. Again, sorry for the slight delay and sort of the janky setup we have here. My initial plan was to do the recording on my phone, which I normally do, and it was working fine yesterday. The app was super glitchy today. I don't know what's happening. So we're gonna have to somehow find a way to use my laptop to show exactly what I'm doing here. So bear with me while I try to like position this in a way so you guys can actually see. This was sort of a backup plan here. So apologies. 1 second. Okay. What's up, guys? Hello from Scotland, Ireland. Yeah, that's right, Snowball Mike. Okay. This might be the best angle we're going to get. It's not my preferred angle, but we're sort of having to do this in a little bit of a pinch here. Cool. I'm going to try to monitor the chat as best I can as well. Let me pop it out so I can see it a little bit better. You guys want a little music? What up? Hey, Portugal, Australia, Sweden, France. Oh my God. Oh man. Okay. I'm going to put on a little bit of jazz. If it's a little too loud, you guys just let me know. We'll try to keep it soft. A little background music. There we go. Denmark. All right. I was in Copenhagen last year. Hey, guys. This is awesome. Sorry for the late start. We had some technical difficulties. We got here, got 500 of you. We'll give you guys like another minute. Anyone here actually going to be making this in real time with me? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a yes. Hey, right on. Thanks, Matt Geek. Cool. Music quality bad. All right. What's up, Mexico? I'm going to Mexico in a couple months, actually. How tall am I? 6'2". Okay. All right. I think we got the right angle here. Let's get started, right? What are we gonna need? If you guys are gonna make this live along with me, of course you're gonna need your whiskey. I'm using some High West campfire whiskey. You can use any kind of whiskey you want. If you like a rye, a little bit spicier, that's totally cool. I like High West. These are from Utah in the US. Campfire is an awesome brand. Of course, you're gonna need a lemon. This is the sour component of the whiskey sour. What else are you gonna need? You're gonna need some simple syrup. If you guys are making this along with me, hopefully you have your simple syrup all ready to go. If not, in a pinch, you could use like a tablespoon of sugar instead. It's not gonna be as good, but that's an option. All right, second here. Oh yeah, and oh, thanks, Cody. What's up, man? Oh yeah, forgot to mention, if you guys are making this, we're doing a little giveaway. This is a smoking gun from Breville. These things are awesome. They're good for smoking cocktails. I use it all the time. And the way this giveaway is gonna work is just find me on one of the social media platforms, show me the cocktail you make, the whiskey sour you make, just mention me to get my attention and use that hashtag cocktail chemistry. And in about a week, I'm gonna pick my favorite and I'll send this out. It's a $100 value. This thing's awesome, and I want to see what you guys make and doing a little fun giveaway as a result of this. I'm gonna try to keep up with the comments. It's a bit of a fast stream. Hey, what's up, guys? So the jazz is sounding pretty good. Let me know if it's too loud or not coming through well. I can turn it off. Oh, so show you what? So show me your whiskey sour. I want to see you guys recreate the whiskey sour. Take a picture of it, send it to me. You can email it to me. What's up, East Bay? That's right. All right, I'm gonna put this over here. Rock and roll. Okay, so again, the whiskey sour is your standard sour. It's just one spirit, one sour component, and one sweet. One thing that's unique about this whiskey sour that we're gonna make today is it has an egg white in it. In fact, let me get that right now. So let's talk about egg white for a second. Some people are a little weirded out about using egg white in cocktails. A few facts that we can, a few myths we can bust right now. Egg white does not actually make your cocktail taste weird or anything like that. It just adds a lot of frothiness to it. But people are scared of like the salmonella effect, right? Am I gonna get sick from using this? And you know, it is a risk. It's a very small risk. I think the salmonella concern is a bit overblown. Use high quality eggs. If you're really concerned about it, use pasteurized eggs. But it is also a myth that the alcohol will kill the salmonella. That actually doesn't really happen. It would take like weeks for that to happen. So that is a myth. You're not gonna be killing the salmonella with this, but you know, a lot of craft cocktail bars use egg white. It's very common in the food industry. I don't think it's a big risk, and most bars don't think it's a big risk. Just use high quality ingredients. I'll give you a little tip as well. If you are either vegan or just really averse to using egg white, there's another hack using basically chickpea brine. It's called aquafaba. So use like a tablespoon of chickpea brine instead of the egg white, and you'll get some frothiness to it. I don't like it as much. Where to get pasteurized eggs? That's a good question. I don't know where you would actually get them, but I've been told that's sort of a common workaround. Maybe someone in the comments knows where to get pasteurized eggs. Thanks, Sumo. Appreciate it, man. Someone seems to like toenails. You don't want to eat my toenails. They're pretty funky. All right. You're also going to need some bitters. The bitters are going to be a topper for this. You'll see we'll make a little design at the end using these bitters. It's really helpful to have it in a dropper like this. It's not necessary, but you'll see you can do a cool little design with this. And so it's kind of fun that way. So we're gonna keep these bitters handy. And we're gonna learn a technique called the reverse dry shake. And that is a technique that I always use when there is egg white involved in this. you might have heard of something called the dry shake. We'll talk about the difference between the reverse dry shake and the dry shake when we get there. But this is a way to basically shake the egg part separate from the ice part. So you get a little extra frothiness. Also, whenever you're making drinks and drinking a lot, make sure you have some water nearby. Always good to stay hydrated. I'm gonna check in on the chat here. Music is a bit off. Lower the music. All right. Put this down a little bit. There we go. Non-alcoholic drinks. Search my channel for mocktails. To search mocktails, it should come up. I did 3 delicious mocktails, and they're quite tasty. Hey, Netherlands, thanks for staying up with me. Have a good Monday. Appreciate you hanging in there. This will be a recording afterwards, by the way, if you guys want to follow along and need to hit the sack. Totally understand. Cool. All right. Hey, let's get started. If you guys are doing this at home, let's get ready to actually start making this together. Put the egg white aside for a moment. We're going to come back to that a bit later. We're going to start to build our cocktail. Okay. So this is a shaken cocktail. A simple rule of thumb, anytime that you have citrus in a cocktail, you typically shake it. Very few exceptions to that rule. That's the easiest way to remember. Otherwise, you might be stirring it. And what are you doing when you're shaking a cocktail? Well, you shake a cocktail with ice and all the ingredients to do a few things. One, to dilute the drink. Almost all cocktail recipes actually account for some level of dilution in the drink. And second, what you're doing is you're cooling the drink. Obviously, you need it to be chilled. And third, you're adding some texture to it. That's one thing that's unique about shaking versus stirring. You're not really adding texture when you stir a cocktail, but when you shake it, you are adding texture. And today we're doing something extra, and that's shaking with an egg white. It's gonna give us a lot of texture. So we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so you're gonna take your shaker. I use a Boston shaker. So this is characterized by the fact that we have a pint glass in addition to the tin. A regular shaker could be 2 tins. Sometimes there's other types of shakers that have the strainer sort of built in on top. I actually prefer the Boston shaker. I like to see the stuff in my cocktail while I build it. And it's also really easy to break apart once you're done shaking. I'll show you how to do that when we get there. All right, so for now, just leave the pint glass or the smaller part of your shaker. Set this aside. We'll come to the strainers in a second. No chilling without diluting. That is correct when it comes to ice. Guys, lots of good questions here. I'm not going to be able to get to all these questions. As I think I mentioned in one of the posts, I'm going to be doing a sort of after party with my Patreon patrons. So if you are a Patreon patron, first of all, thank you. That's amazing for supporting the channel. Really appreciate it. For the $5 a month patrons, I'm doing sort of a monthly live chat and then after party over there. So I'll answer a bunch of questions after this is done for those guys. But I will try to answer a couple as I see them through here. So let's jump on it. All right, when you are building your cocktail, it's generally best practice to build with the cheapest ingredients first, because if you then mess up, and you have to dump it, you're not wasting you're not wasting precious whiskey. So you can either start with the lemon or the simple syrup. I like to start with the simple syrup just because it gets a little bit thicker, and the future ingredients you pour in help sort of wash it out. So we've got a jigger here. I use this angled measuring jigger. See if you can see it here. I like it because it has all the measurement marks that I need, and it's really easy to pour. It's not as good for bartenders because they like to sort of pour at high volume. This is a little bit better for sort of home bartenders. All right, let's get some simple syrup going. The spec we're gonna use is gonna start with 3/4 of an ounce, or what is that, like 22 mils of simple syrup. Let's measure that out. 3/4 of an ounce. Cool. All right, let's dump it. Be nice and clear. To make this simple syrup, we used equal parts sugar and water. Just brought it to a light simmer and then let it cool. That's all it was. Super easy. Never buy simple syrup. It's so easy and cheap to make. It's never worth it. Okay, now that we've got that, we're gonna need our lemon juice. Hope you guys can see this. Yes, I make my own simple syrup. Highly recommended. All right, I'm gonna give us a little more volume. There we go. All right, we're just gonna cut it in half, and it's easiest if you have a hand juicer like this. You can squeeze it if you want, but the hand juicer is really just the easiest way to squeeze it out into your jigger so you can get a precise measurement. So what we're gonna do is, it's called a fat half ounce. We're getting a little precise here. It's not quite a half ounce, it's a little bit more. 0.6 of an ounce is what we're going for. That's what I found gives the best balance. So what would that be? That would be like 17, 18 mils. So we're gonna go measure to a half ounce, and then we're gonna go a little bit more, just a little bit more. Put that aside. Okay, dump it. All right, what next? We're gonna do our whiskey. Fat half ounce, that's right. What are you guys doing over here? Yeah, hey guys, sorry the production value of the stream is kind of shit. Just for those who came late, what happened is I normally use my phone, which actually is a much higher quality camera. It's the new iPhone. And it was glitching out on me today, so I had to default to use my laptop camera. So it's kind of crap. I will try to make sure the next one's a little bit better quality, but this is sort of what I had to do in a pinch. Okay, cool. So we're now gonna measure our whiskey out. We're gonna do 2 ounces or 60 mils. Okay, so we got our spirit, our sour, and our sweet. All the components of a sour cocktail are in there. Okay, next up, this is optional. It's actually a little trick that Dave Arnold taught me, and that is to add a little salt. Just like in cooking food, when you add a little pinch of salt to bring out the flavors, it actually works the same in cocktails. So this is a saline solution. And the saline solution basically is going to add a little bit of brightness to the sweetness and also tampers some bitterness. So we're gonna do like a couple drops right there. If you don't have saline solution, pinch of salt works fine. Again, totally optional, but if you do a side-by-side comparison of a cocktail that does and does not have salt, you'll notice a pretty big difference. Cool, so here's what we got. We got our spirit, our syrup, our lemon, our salt. What we're gonna do now is do the reverse dry shake. All right, so let's talk about what the reverse dry shake is. Again, a normal shake, right, is we would add ice to this, shake it up, and then double strain it out into our glass. The dry shake is where we would first shake with egg white. All this stuff, we would add the egg white and shake with that. And then we would add the ice afterwards and then strain it out. That's called dry shake because you're shaking a little bit without ice, with egg. And that's meant to froth the egg on its own a little bit to kind of build up some of the foam. So the reverse dry shake, I find, actually gives you the best foam. And that's basically where you shake with ice first, strain out the ice, then add the egg white, and shake with that. So we're gonna do it together. It's called the reverse dry shake. I find that when you finish by shaking with the egg white, it gives you the most frothy foam on top. And at this point, you wanna make sure you have your glass ready. We're gonna be using a coupe glass. Let me pull it out. So I've been chilling this coupe glass for a little bit. It's nice and frothy. Let's put that right here. And let's go ahead and add some ice to this to do the first part of the reverse dry shake. So I typically do 4 cubes. 3, 4. Okay, and we're gonna shake this up for about 15 seconds or so. Do a little dance. Cool. When you're done, it should be on tight. The coldness creates a vacuum seal, so it's pretty tight and sealed. The way to break it with a Boston shaker, find this part right here where the glass starts to separate from the tin, that part right where it starts to separate, just give that a gentle little hit. Comes right undone. Easy as that. Okay, so what do we talk about? When you're doing the reverse dry shake, you start with the ice, filter it out with a double strain, Hawthorne strainer, fine mesh strainer to catch the ice chips and the citrus. Just strain it right back into that pint glass. And then you're done with your strainers. You can discard them. I'm gonna dump the ice. We're done with the ice because now we're doing the dry shake. And we're doing it at the end, so it's reverse dry shake. Okay, so we're gonna do some egg. You're basically just gonna crack the egg white right in here. You don't want to do this too far in advance because after about 15 minutes or so, after cracking an egg white, sort of a wet dog smell sometimes can start to come off of it. So you want to do it like right before to keep it fresh. Or if you prep in advance, some bartenders do like a ton of egg whites in advance and keep it in like a squeeze bottle. Anyway, just do it right now. We're gonna tap it, break it over the top. You guys can see that. To get all the egg white, you just kind of rotate the yolk back and forth, going for about an ounce or 30 mils of egg white. Cool. All right, now we got our egg white. We're almost done. What if you screw up and get the yolk in or break the yolk? It wouldn't be the end of the world to get the yolk in. You shouldn't try to go for too much in, but you know, there are cocktails called flips that actually do have full yolk in them. I would try not to do it, but it wouldn't kill the cocktail if you got a little bit in. Don't worry about it. All right, so now we're gonna do the dry shake component. We're gonna dump it in. Normally we actually shake with the pint glass at sort of an angle. I find it's actually a little bit easier to shake dry straight on. So like the pint's actually not touching any part of the lip here because you're not getting the cold suction effect when you had ice in here. So you want to keep it really tight and shake it carefully. We're going to shake it for about 10 seconds or so. Hear that? You did too much cocaine. No, I just had a pour over coffee right before I started this. She sounds pretty good though. Cool. Should be nice and frothy. Give it a little hit and discard the pint glass. All right, I'm gonna switch so I can make sure I get the video captured good here. this is really janky, guys. I apologize, but I'm gonna try to get you close up and in here while I pour this in. See that foam? That sexy foam. Didn't get a good angle there. Look at that. Okay. All right, that was a little ghetto, but you see what I mean? There we go. So that is the effect of the reverse dry shake. You have like half an inch of foam on top. It's freaking beautiful. Normally what you do right here is you let it sit for like 30 seconds or go to firm up a little bit. And then we're gonna do a little decoration with our bitters. That's gonna serve two purposes. One, aromatic bitters are great in a whiskey sour from a flavor and aroma standpoint. They kind of would mask any wet dog smell. I don't have any right now, but if this were sitting around for a while, you might start to develop some. This helps mask that. And it's also a cool little effect on top of the drink. All right, so let's see if I can show you that as well. I'm gonna try something no one's ever attempted before. One hand holding the laptop, one hand holding the bitters. Oh man, this is an advanced technique. I'm gonna prop this right there. Again, sorry guys, this is because my phone malfunctioned. So we're doing a laptop backup filming. I do like 6 dabs there. And where did I have a little pick I'm gonna use to stir this up. Here we go. All right, we're not done yet. This is where the flair comes in. You can get creative. This thing, think of this like a Bob Ross palette, an empty canvas. You can do whatever you want. I like to do a little swirly swirl. There we go. Nice little design. Super easy to do. Impress your guests. Get those extra tips if you're working in the bar. There we go. And that's our whiskey sour. Let's give it a taste. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's good. So this is the spec that I really like. Not too much lemon. You can have, up to an ounce of lemon juice. And some people like that. It's a lot more sour. When you have egg white, generally egg white masks the sweetness more than it does the sourness. So you typically have to over-index a bit on sweet. That's all. So my spec that I have on the website has a little bit more sweet. All right, where do I get my ingredients? I'm based in San Francisco, so I go to a place called Cask. They have tons of great selections. It's awesome. Anyone else make this right now? Let me know if you just made this yourself along with me. Oh, yeah. What type of whiskey? High West, Campfire. It's awesome. 46 ABV, about 90 proof. Perfect for whiskey sour. Chase skipped the egg white, no worries. I recommend trying it at some point, but I'd love to see it. Again, you guys made a whiskey sour just now or are gonna make it in the next couple of days using this method, hit me up. Mention me on social, give me a hashtag. I'm gonna pick one of my favorites to get this free Breville smoking gun little fun giveaway as part of this live class. This thing's like $100 value. I love it, it's great. So use those hashtags. Let me know. Walnut bitters. Yeah, walnut bitters are good. I like that in an old fashioned. Black walnut bitters. Cool, guys. All right, I'm not gonna have this drawn too much. We're gonna do probably a live class every month. Shoot me a note on what you'd wanna see next. I'm still picking my live class series. For my $5 Patreon patrons, I'm gonna hop over there right now and do a little after party, sip on my whiskey sour, and shoot the shit with you guys. But this has been awesome. I apologize again for the shitty quality. I was normally gonna use my higher quality camera, but it was buggy, so I had to switch to this in a pinch. But this has been fun, guys. Really appreciate it. Despite all the toenail and cocaine comments. Rock and roll. All right, guys. Thanks again. See ya.